All right. Shalom, shalom. First and foremost, I would like to give all praise, honor, and glory to YAHAWAH, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI, BAHASHAM, Rakakwadash. Double honors to the elders and the apostles of Great Millstone, taught us this truth. And salutations to the hopeful elect that's around the four corners of the globe. YAHAWAH, who the world inwardly calls God, BAHASHAM is in the name. YAHAWASHI, who the world inwardly calls Jesus Christ and Jehovah. The Rakakwadash, which is the Holy Spirit. I'm the brother Iwalumian from the GMS Chicago branch out here in Chicago. Come back at you with another lesson. The Lord willing, I hope this lesson be edifying. I'm just basically entitled this lesson, think before you act. Really concerning the people of this world, how you deal with certain people of this world. The people that's of this that is of this world, you have to think before you act. Apply the scriptures. In a lot of in all situations that you're in, you know, to how to deal with people. A lot of these people, in this world vex you. A lot of these people, they try to make you, act, irrational. But you really have to apply the scriptures. You have to think before you act by applying these scriptures. But I'm gonna just jump straight into it. This is the book of Proverbs 25 and 28. It says, "He that hath no rule over his own spirit is like a city that is broken down and without walls." Right. So we basically have to, maintain our self control and apply the scriptures. Because just a little testimony. You have this you had this black woman, this Eve, come up to my job, and basically, she was acting irrational. She was throwing things around, the store, throwing carts around, you know. I could have acted out right there, put hands on her, but I didn't. It was times when I had to, had to apply the scriptures. Because it would came down to, if I didn't apply the scriptures, one problem would have led to nine different problems. That's why you have to apply the scriptures, because what? If you don't apply the scriptures, things can go horribly wrong, you know? So you really have to apply these scriptures when you deal with these people, because I could have easily, what? If I was a person of the world, I could have easily, just got to a fist fight with this woman, knocked the woman out, and I could have lost my job. I could have, I could have got arrested, whatever the case may be. That one small problem, could have escalated. That's why that's why we have to apply the scriptures. Think before you act. So I'm gonna read this again. This is the book of Proverbs 25 and 28. It says, "He that have no rule over his own spirit is like a city that is broken down and without walls." And right, people, and the people in the world can capitalize on that. They think think you can't control yourself. When we apply these scriptures, the scriptures give us self control. That's why it's very important that we follow the scriptures, and what's the word for it? Basically put on the elect. Do the things that the elect would do. Keep our cool. Apply the scriptures. That's the word I was looking for. Apply the scriptures. But let's continue. This is the book of Proverbs 16 and 32. It says, "He that is slow to anger is better than the mighty." It says, "He that ruleth his spirit than he that taketh a city." Yeah, because it could be easy for you to get angry at certain situations, and you do things, that would not be, expedient. Like, going to the testimony I just told. It was something small. You had this, bugged out Eve, throwing things around the store. But like I said, if I would have did something, I could have lost my job. I could have, been arrested. You know, I could have been paying some money. As far as the situation, hurting the lady. I could have, like I said, could have been sent to jail. Whatever the case may be, we have to really control ourselves. We have to think before we act. We have to apply the scriptures. Read this again. Proverbs 16:32. It says, "He that is slow to anger is better than the mighty, and he that ruleth his spirit than he that taketh a city." Right. So you really have to just step back at times to really assess the situation, and you think upon the scriptures. Because the Lord has left the scriptures. For our learning. So we can learn from different. So we can utilize the scriptures in certain situations. You know. So it's very important that we apply the scriptures, brothers. Brothers, Aquim and Aquath. It's important that we apply the scriptures. You know. Well, let's continue. This is the book of Matthew 5 and 25. It says, "Agree with thine adversary quickly, whilst thou art in the way." It says, "With him, lest at any time the adversary deliver thee to the judge, and the judge deliver thee to the officer, and thou be cast into prison." Right. And this was what I was going to, but right, if you really look at Jake, Jake don't like to listen. Sometimes it's you just be quiet at, in certain situations, just Just take the L. It's nothing wrong with taking the L sometimes. Even if you're right or wrong, just take the L. You know, because what if you try to do things that's you do things that's not really expedient. Do things that's you're not basically applying the scriptures. Like I said, certain situations, small incidents can turn into can turn into different other incidents. So it says, agree with thy Matthew 5:25 says, agree with thine adversary quickly, was thou art in the way with him, right? Because ultimately, what they have the power to really, you know, to really bring you down. And this is what us, brothers in the truth, Satan is out here, trying to bring us down by using the people of the world to try to bring us down. Try to put us off our game. Agree with thine adversary quickly, whilst thou art in the way with him, lest at any time the adversary deliver thee to the judge, right? And the judge deliver thee to the officer, and thou be cast into prison. All right, all these could have happened because what? This could have happened to me if I didn't keep my cool. But that instance, I had to step back and really, think upon the scriptures and really apply the scriptures and that situation I was in. You know, I just basically took back, but this is something that Jake doesn't do. Jake just think, based upon emotions. Jake don't, step back and just think, of what can happen if things can escalate. You know, a lot of Jake don't apply the scriptures. A lot of Jake don't apply wisdom. You know, it says agree with thine adversary quickly, right? Like I said, it's nothing wrong with taking the L in certain situations. In a lot of situations, it's nothing wrong with taking the L. You know, because like I said, especially in the times we're living in, people are crazy and people will do anything. Especially with Satan out here, at an all-time high, jumping upon these people. They're trying to, Satan is trying to throw us off our game. So it's really important that we apply the scriptures. Oh, Salakia. Salakia about that. But let's continue. This is the book of Romans 12 and 18. It says, if it be possible, as much as lieth in you, live peaceably with all men. Right. So yeah, just always, just try to, even though these people is wicked, we got jobs and things like that, it's good sometimes that we apply the scriptures in our daily life, and things of that nature, you know, live peaceably with all men, right? Apply the scriptures, take the L if necessary, don't get into scuffles with these people, don't, because like I said, like I'm gonna keep saying, a tiny small crumb of an incident can turn into something major, something catastrophic, all because you didn't apply the scriptures. So it says, if it possible, as much as life in you, live peaceably with all men. All right, and that's wise to do. You know, even when these people vex you and things like that, it's always in situations like this that we need to apply the scriptures. If it be possible, it says, live a life in you, live peaceably with all men. I mean, if somebody come up to you and to try to attack you and try to do you, bodily harm, you can defend yourself. But things like that nature. But what I'm basically saying is, if you can get out these situations without, without having to, come into contact with these people, do so. You know, I'm gonna close out with this one. This is the book of Isaiah 33 and 6. It says, and wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times, and strength of salvation. The fear of the Lord is his treasure. Right. So in the times, especially in the times we're living in right now, we have to apply these scriptures when it comes to these people. Because like I said, these people really want to see see our downfall. These people want to really hurt us. These people, the Satan is using these people to try to test us. Even the Lord is using Satan, to try to test us in certain situations. Is he or she going to apply the scriptures? In any given situation that they're that you're in. Are you going to apply the scriptures, or are you going to do things based upon emotions? So it's important that we take a step back, to think before we act and really apply the scriptures in certain situations that we're in. When it comes to how to handle your emotion, regarding certain people, how to hold back how to hold back your anger, even when these people vex you, try to throw you off your game. We really have to really apply these scriptures, especially in the times that we're living in. As it says, in wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times, and strength of salvation. The fear of the Lord is his treasure. Right? What will be the sense of the word if you're not applying it? We really have to apply these words in these situations that we're in. So with that being said, I hope this lesson was edifying. I want to end off by giving all praise, honor, and glory to Yahawah, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI, BAHASHAM, RAKAPWADASH. That belongs to the elders and the apostles of great millstone, taught us the truth. And salutations to the hopeful elect that's around the four corners of the globe. Lord willing, I hope this is edifying. Until next time, Wah, Ababa, Shalom.